What is going on, everyone? Welcome to our NFL Wildcard Weekend Sunday live stream. We're going to take a look at the two games today, as well as the two games tomorrow, as my Pittsburgh Steelers got moved to Monday with a little bit of a weather situation going on up in Buffalo. So we are going to start with the Green Bay Packers heading to AT&T Stadium to take on Mackey's Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are now a -7 favorite in this game, -3 on the money line, and the Packers at +275. The over-unders at 50.5 on this one. I'll get us started here. I said earlier in the week that I like the over on this game. I do still like the over. I think there's a lot of points scored in this matchup. I do like Dallas. It's the 7 points. I like that over 50.5 a little more. I think Jordan Love is making a case for himself as one of the best young quarterbacks in the NFL. I think this Packers offense is going to get things going while the Packers defense struggles. Let's Dak do what he's been doing all season down there in Dallas, especially on their home field. Put up some points. Hit this over for me. I like the over 50.5. Mackie, I'll hand things off over to you for your Cowboys in the wild card round. What is going to happen today in Jerry's world?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to be hurt today. The boys, it's playoff time. We know what happens at playoff time, but they should get this one done. I think they cover the 7 points as well. Dak's going to dice up this defense. The question is Jordan Love going to dice up the Cowboys defense? We know the Cowboys defense has been kind of weak recently. Jordan Love's been playing really good football. I know he's a rookie, but we just saw not a rookie, but he's the first year. We just saw CJ Stroud go in and dice up the best defense in the league in the playoffs. So anything can happen. I'm expecting a shootout as well. I think the over hits, but I think the Cowboys cover the 7 points. I think that Dak just gets away with this one. It's going to come down to stops on the defensive side, and I think that the Cowboys come up with more stops than the Packers do. It's going to be a close spread at least, I think, but I think the Cowboys can cover the 7 points. Ace, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, Mackie, I'm right there with you. I like the 7 points as well to be covered by the Dallas Cowboys, and that's because they were able to earn the home field advantage in these playoffs. Never thought that would have happened in like week 14, 13, but here we are. And this is what I predicted from the start of the year. I thought that they were going to tie with the Eagles and get into that NFC East one spot, and they're able to have home field advantage now for at least one game, maybe two.
They didn't tie.
What were you saying?
They didn't tie. The Eagles dropped that last one to the Giants.
No, I know that was my preseason prediction though, but they could have gotten in even with the tie.
Right.
Just had to shut that out. But I think CeeDee Lamb continues his dominance here. He jumped in that upper echelon this year, at least as a top 5 receiver, top 3 receiver this season. I still think he's around like 6 or 7, but I think he finds the end zone here at home. These Cowboys have played great here. I don't think I faded them once in AT&T Stadium. We saw what they did when we went there and they played my Patriots. Obviously, that's a different type of team, but I don't think that the Packers are able to do too much. I wasn't high on them coming into the week. I didn't even think they would get here, so kudos to them. But I think the road ends here. There's been enough Green Bay upsets over Dallas in the recent past, but I think this is not one of those years. Dallas cruises to a victory, putting up 30+, while Green Bay struggles to put up 2 touchdowns.
I love to hear it. I love to see the boys on the Cowboys. Let's see it. Let's see January football from Dak Prescott.
I'll ride them until they're on the road,
which will be against the Niners.
Yep. Yeah. And then you know what's going to happen there.
Yeah. We'll see.
All right. Well, that is our first game. Seems like everyone is on the Cowboys. I am on that over. Mackie said he likes that over as well. So seems like Cowboys and the over is the play there. We will head into our night game where we do have some a little bit of interesting implications where Matt Stafford is returning to Detroit as the Rams take on the Lions. And the Lions are a 3-point favorite, -168 on the money line, Rams +142, and the over under at 52.5. A lot of offense expected in this one. I'm on Detroit -3. I think this Lions team, they fought hard all year. I think they earned this home field in the playoffs. They're going to come out and win this game by the 3 points. I think they win the game 28-4, covered by the 1 point. It's a 3-point spread. They win the game by 4. I'm going to go with the Lions. I think this is a huge game from the 2 running backs, David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. I can see Jahmyr Gibbs score twice today. I might sprinkle his anytime as well as a little bit of a half unit on the 2 touchdowns. I'd really like to play. But I'm big on the Lions today. Make a gutsy call that's going to win the Lions this game. Could go both ways. I was talking to my cousin about this one. He said he thinks the Rams because he thinks Campbell's going to make a gutsy call and not get it. I think it's going to go the opposite way, and he will get it. It worked for him all year. It didn't work for him down in Dallas. I think the Lions come out on top today. And like I said, Stafford's return home. I like the Lions to come out on top. Ace, we'll start with you in this one. Rams, Lions, Sunday Night Football, -3 said. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with our Rhode Island followers here who threw some comments in the chat. I'm gonna go with the Rams on the money line. And I'll tell you what, I did not expect this coming into the season. Complete opposite of the Dallas Cowboys. They kind of played out to a T this season, but the Rams surprised me. I was low on them, but I bought in once I figured out Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, Sean McVay knows what's going on there. Now they have two Cooper Cups basically on the outside, and I think that's going to be the big factor in today's win. I think that Cup and Nacua both will hit the receiving prop. I wouldn't be surprised if both find the end zone. Might see a shady Higbee spot, but Kyron Williams is going to get a lot of carries too. I think the over in this game is much more achievable than in the previous one. I think two lighter defenses here and two quarterbacks who know how to get things going. I think Jared Goff struggles kind of early, which is massive for this light Rams defense. And McVay's able to do enough. It's going to be a tight one, but Matt Stafford has that championship pedigree now. I think he's able to find a way to win this one. And I like the Rams on the money line. That will be on my card. And I like Puka or Cup to do something as well. I think I might be the only one, but I think the Rams are able to get this one done, and those Detroit fans might be cheering for Stafford more than Goff this week.
I like the take, Ace. I think this is going to be a really good game, probably the best game of the week. These two teams are very similar. I think they both have high-flying offenses, pretty weak defenses. But, I mean, the Rams defense, they're just not a defense that should be in the playoffs, in my opinion. I think the Lions being home with how high-flying that offense is, Amon-Ra is a great game. I'm not sure if Sam Laporta is playing, but if he is, he'll be in the end zone. He always does. Huge addition to that offense. And obviously, the two running backs back there, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, they're going to get theirs as well. I think the Lions win this one in a close one. The 3 points might be a factor in this one. You could see it on the foot of the kicker for Detroit or even LA. I'm not. It can go either way, but I'm going to go Detroit. I think Detroit gets the job done. They have home field advantage. They're going to get on to the next round. They're going to get their first playoff win since 1991. Give it to Jared Goff. Matt Stafford in his homecoming. It's going to be bittersweet for those Lions fans. You know the Lions fans love Matt Stafford, but I think he's going to drop this one. A lot of points from both sides. I like the over 52.5, but give me the Lions to cover a 3-point spread. It's going to be real close, but I like them to cover the spread.
Yeah, Mackie, you were talking about those lines there. Huff was talking about a Gibbs TD. I see that in the chat as well. I think there's more value in a Gibbs and Montgomery touchdown than Gibbs twice. I think they always find a way to make sure both of them get in the end zone. It's crazy how many.
You think they both do? I feel like one gets in for every team. I mean, you saw Kareem Hunt. You saw Kareem Hunt last night too. I mean, he got in twice. Jerome Ford couldn't find the end zone. It could have been either one.
The Lions have been doing it all year long.
Yeah, you're right. They do go back and forth. It's usually David Montgomery first, and then just feed Gibbs after.
Yeah,
I was going to say it's usually
one. You see Gibbs scamper in from 10 plus out.
Yeah,
I was going to say they'll usually let Montgomery get the first one, and then they feed Gibbs the rest of the game. But if Gibbs gets that first one, he usually stays in most of the goal line touches. But they're both legit. Obviously, they're the top rushing offense. I mean, just two names in my opinion, like one of the scariest backfields in my opinion in the playoffs. You got those two dynamic backs back there. I think the Rams defense can have their hands full today, but we'll see that. Great matchup coming tonight.
A couple more points I want to bring up on this one. I think that we're going to see a lot of that aggressive Dan Campbell style with the way he's coached all season long. I think Mackie was talking about on the pod this week. You know how he goes for it 4th and 3. We're dating back to week 1 when they beat the Chiefs, and they did that in their own territory. So be expected to see a lot of that. I know they have a decent young kicker up there in Detroit, but they're aggressive, and Dan Campbell's going to lay it all on the line. He does it all the time. He did it against the Cowboys, in their last regular season, or one of their last regular season games. And then my other point is Dan Campbell. I mean, I like your aggressive style, but I don't understand why Sam Laporta played last week. I think that's going to loom large in this week's matchup, even if he's injured a bit.
Yeah, that was definitely a questionable call. But everyone's talking about Matt Stafford homecoming. I'm pretty sure Jared Goff wants this one too. They got rid of him. They won a Super Bowl. He wants to prove to them that they made the wrong decision. And that he can get the job done as well. You got to look at it from both sides. I think Jared Goff has a really good legacy game. We'll see that.
Score predictions for this one, boys.
I like the 28-24. I'm gonna go 31-27.
I'm gonna go 27-24 with the Lions winning. I mean, with the Rams winning this one.
We all like high scoring games. You guys are sitting right around the over. I like it to go over as well. Should be a really good game.
Absolutely. And then we will get into our 2 Monday games where my Pittsburgh Steelers got flexed into Monday afternoon at 4:30. So we get the 2 games a day with the 2 games yesterday, 2 today, and 2 tomorrow. We will have the Steelers heading into Buffalo as a 9.5-point underdog now, plus 410 on the money line with the Bills at minus 550 and the over-under at 37.5. This over-under kept moving a little bit. It got down to 35, and then as the game got moved to Monday, it went back up to 37. I'm still on the Steelers to cover this number. I think the 10 points is going to be a little bit too much. Obviously, Buffalo, everyone knows what they're capable of. They looked great in Miami last week. Playing making the playoffs as the Steelers as a 7 seed. Give me the Steelers plus the 10 points. I wouldn't be surprised if they win the game. Wouldn't be surprised if they win the game. I will say that twice. This is Mike Tomlin in the playoffs, cold weather. Josh Allen could have 3 interceptions. James Cook could have the falls on Monday. I like the Steelers. Alex Highsmith, big game. Minka could have an interception off of Joshy Picks. I like the Steelers to cover the number. I think it goes under. I'm not going to play the under. Too many people on it with the weather. But I like the Steelers with the points. I just think 10 points in the playoffs is a lot. I saw a stat that double-digit dogs in the playoffs don't tend to cover. I just think the cold weather is going to get to Buffalo in this one. A lot of ground and pound. It's going to be a close game throughout. I'm on the Steelers plus 10. You're going to be hearing a lot. Everyone says you're going to hear a lot of that Bills fucking theme song. I think it's going to be a lot of "Here We Go Steelers." A lot of Steeler fans up there in Buffalo making that road trip. That weather's not going to keep us out. Is that piece of shit Buffalo fucking, I don't even know what she is, the mayor or whatever, told everyone to stay home. Maybe you should stay home.
I think it's the mayor in New York, not just Buffalo.
Who cares? Dumb
I'm
bitch.
taking shots at the whole state real quick.
They don't
Dumb
even care.
bitch. That's
She
all
don't
I
even
gotta
give a
say.
fuck about Buffalo anyway. It's all the way up there in Canada.
Yeah, she's worried about the
Yeah, she
city.
should
But
sit in her office and shut the fuck up.
Mac, do you think there's any chance we hear "Here We Go Steelers" on Monday afternoon?
Honestly, if TJ Watt was playing, I would say yeah. But with TJ Watt being out, all right, let's hear it, Huff. Get him going. You know?
Last time all year, you might as well run it now.
The amount of times we've heard this with Mike Tomlin sneaking in by a ball hair is ridiculous.
Yep.
It's
But
gonna be all day tomorrow, boys. Plus 10. Here we go.
If
I
TJ,
don't think anybody has that take besides anybody from Pittsburgh. I mean, the rest of America, the rest of the football world, even
I
Pat
love it.
Mac,
Love it.
even Pat
Push
Mac
it to the middle.
everybody else up there probably weary of the Steelers here. But I tell you what, that weather does help them out, and I think they might be able to cover the number, might with a backdoor if they keep things close. But I think there's 0% chance they won. The Bills didn't do all of this work just to come and lose a home playoff game to a bad team like the Steelers. No offense, kudos to them for getting to the playoffs, but this isn't the strongest team we've seen from the Steelers in a while, and they're missing their best player. I don't think they're going to be able to do much on offense. But then again, we got to see the weather because that Najee Harris, Jalen Warren do, we know they're going to be fed all day long, and they've been eating all year long. I think Josh Allen's able to do it on his own if he has to even. And I think he's going to scamper into the end zone. I like him on the anytime touchdown. Like the Bills on the money line. If there's a normal weather game, I think they crush them. They blow them out more than the Cowboys blow out the Packers today. But the points are scaring me with the weather here. We're going to have to see come game time, but I'll have some props there. Definitely Allen to get in. Bills are moving on in this round. Let me hear what you got, Mac.
Ace, I like all your takes and I agree with them, but how you said the Bills do all this work to get to that 2 seed, get the home field advantage, they're not going to lose. How Bills would it be to get that 2 seed, do all this work to get here, and then lose in the first round as 10-point favorites? I think that would be the most Bills thing ever, to be honest. But I am going to go with, I think the Bills get the job done. If TJ Watt was playing, I swear I would see so much value on the Steelers, but I don't think the line would be 10 points either. They're going on the road without their best player, like you said. I think they're going to have a really tough time stopping this offense. But then again, Rudolph, he's proved me wrong every single week. I keep saying that he's not going to keep putting these numbers up, and he keeps putting these numbers up. And Jalen Warren,
you backed up Browning a couple weeks ago, and I was you felt about Rudolph is how me and Ace felt about Browning. Just waiting for that fall off.
Yeah. But then again, what did Browning prove in the end? Is that he turns the ball over and can't get the job done. Yeah, exactly. But
yeah, believe me, he'll prove it at some point. You just gotta hope. You just don't want to put the ball in his hands too much. You got to back killing it.
That's
lately.
why I'm
the
saying
offensive line's picked it up. Yeah,
you have Jalen Warren and Najee Harris who are going to combine for 200 plus scrimmage yards. I think that this game is one on the ground. You're also going to see James Cook on the other side run through this defense. So I think this game is all on the ground. You know how cold it is there. You know the weather conditions. Over under sitting at 37.5. I think it goes under, to be honest. That says a lot about this 10-point spread. Not a lot of points in this game. But the spread is sketchy. I think the Bills get the job done because of no TJ Watt. They could definitely cover this spread, but it can go either way. You know how Mike Tomlin finds ways to get the job done, at least keep the game close. I'm going to stay away from this one. I think the Bills get the job done, but this is going to be a better game than a lot of people think.
Shout out Chance Galucci in the chat. Huff, that's a great take there. I don't know if you saw that one. If the Bills fall behind for any reason, they could be in trouble. And I think that's the only case for say somehow the Steelers.
14-0. If it's 14-0 in the first 7 minutes, they could be in trouble for sure.
Imagine that this no, I'm thinking a different scenario though. Steelers have a nice long drive, end it with 3, go up 3-0. Then you see one of those Josh Allen turnovers like Huff alluded to, and they somehow go down 10-0, and there's like midway through the second quarter. That's when they're in trouble, I think. But there's a lot of time on the clock. I think there's a way they can come back. I have a lot of faith in these Bills. Offense is too good. And I'll tell you what, we're getting another Bills-Chiefs rematch in the next round, and it starts with a win this week over the Steelers.
And if it goes
Yeah,
10-0, you're going to see a Josh Allen turnover.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'll start slinging that ball around or running, and something will get popped out in this cold weather. But Ace, 2 years ago when we went into Kansas City as 18-point underdogs. I mean, with our ass kicked in Kansas City, that was when Mahomes took them to the Super Bowl. Or no, that was the year Mahomes lost to the Burrow in the AFC Championship. But first touchdown of that game was a fumble off Mahomes. Watt ran it in. Obviously, Watt's not playing tomorrow, so it's going to be interesting. But yeah, defensive touchdown. Steelers love to do the defensive touchdown in the playoffs. So defense comes to play when the lights are bright. Solo slot. Love the prime time. Obviously, all these wild card games are standalone games. So I feel like it plays into the Steelers. I thought the 1:00 game helped the Bills a little bit because we all know what those good teams do to bad teams in the 1:00 slate. Like we love taking the all year. We're like, oh, the Dolphins at the 1:00, Chiefs at 1:00. Yeah, it's a little bit different when it's a standalone. I think the 10-point spread.
It'll be dark by kickoff, probably. I mean, you're basically getting a night game here.
Yeah.
Huff is saying, "Let it snow, let it snow,
let it fucking snow." Najee's gonna be running through that snow.
The Steelers want all the weather conditions for sure. That's their way of winning this football game.
Yeah, just out weather Buffalo. That's fine. I mean, obviously they're used to it just as much as we are, if not more. But I mean, we'll play in that kind of style. That's kind of like you said. That's what we want to play. We don't want to let Josh Allen air this thing out. I can't fucking talk today, but that's enough about this. We'll see what happens tomorrow at 4:30. And we have our Monday night game. Our Philadelphia Eagles heading to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to take on Baker and the Bucks. Bucks a 2.5-point favorite now with the absence of Jay Brown. Eagles -156 and the Bucks money line at +132 and the over under at 42.5. I said I liked the Eagles a lot last week. I still do. I'm getting really worried without A.J. Brown. I think the offense is able to run the ball.
I don't
Go
think
ahead.
I don't. Me too. I was so hyped up on these Eagles all week. I'm like, they're gonna change business. They're gonna come back and be the Eagles we all know. They're that great team. They've been saving for the playoffs. But now A.J. Brown's sitting out, and then I don't know. It's in Tampa Bay. These Bucks, we've seen them do different things. It's why I'm wearing the Florida hat today. I ended up doing 2 Super Bowl brackets, and I have each of these teams winning in one. So I really don't know which way I'm going. I'm eager to hear what you guys got.
It's just crazy the way that we're talking about this Eagles team right now. Whereas 5 weeks ago they were Super Bowl favorites. Jalen Hurts was Super Bowl or was MVP favorite.
MVP.
This team has just absolutely fallen apart. I don't think A.J. Brown being out is that big of a factor, to be honest. I don't think he's done much. I think him and Jalen Hurts have been kind of going at it the last few weeks. Dude, look at his stats.
I agree. I think there's something going on in that locker room.
A.J. Brown is turning into a Stephon Diggs where he needs the ball when he doesn't get it. He's a drama queen.
You know what else, though? He does make everybody else on the team better because of the coverage he draws.
Yeah, and he hasn't in the last 5 weeks. They're 1-5 against, or last 6 weeks they're 1-5, and they've lost.
Yeah, but
they've won a 14-point lead to the Cardinals. Obviously, last week they didn't have everyone playing, and they lost to the Giants. But I mean, they're dropping games, dude. This team is not what they used to be. It's not what they used to be.
You don't think it's massive that Brown's out though?
I think it's big. I don't think it's a game changer, to be honest. I don't think I think that they would win or lose this game with or without him. I don't think that he is the outcome of this game.
All right. But I don't know how to word this. This is just I think the Eagles have a better receiving core, but I know you guys are huge on I love Mike Evans, but like Evans, Godwin. Now the Bucks obviously have the better receiving core in this game for sure. No.
Yeah.
Without A.J. Brown, yeah, they do. With A.J. Brown, there's no question the Eagles have the better receiving core.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, with A.J. Brown.
This game's going to stay under now that without A.J. Brown. I think this game stays under in the Philly. The Eagles are able
the Eagles can't score. The Eagles
are going to win a low-scoring game. It's going to be push touchdowns. It's going to be a defensive stalwart game from both sides. And I think the Eagles have more talent. I know that we like to talk up that Bucs defense, and they are good, rightfully so. Definitely. But Eagles are more loaded from top to bottom, both in the secondary and in the front seven. So I like the Eagles here to win on the money line.
I'm gonna be biased. I know it's a completely biased pick because I'm really rooting for it, but I think the Bucs get the job done. They're at home. The Eagles are in shambles right now. I think that they're really just looking forward to next season because there is no way that roster with the way things are going that they're winning a Super Bowl this year. I think that they kind of figured that out. They're 1-5 in their last 6. Nothing's going for them. We see Jalen Hurts. His throwing hand finger is wrapped. AJ Brown's out. Devontae Smith is questionable. DeAndre Swift is questionable. They have there's just so many question marks on that team. There's so many things going wrong. I don't think that they can get it going. I don't think that. I mean, we know what the Eagles team can do. I don't think they get there this week. And Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield are going to do just enough to find a way to win this football game at home. Eagles are going home, getting ready for next season. I'm biased. I know I am, but I'm rooting for it, and I think it's possible. Give me the Bucks money line.
Yeah, Mackie, real quick for you. Mackie, which game are you more intently watching? This Monday night game, or are you going to be heavy on this Lions-Rams game? Because if the Rams can pull off the upset this week, then you get another home game.
We get a home game regardless. We're a 2 seed.
No, I'm assuming you win this week.
Oh, yeah, we get a home game regardless.
Oh, you get one regardless. I know, but it plays into the factor. It plays into the factor.
I am not scared of anyone we play at home. I'm only worried about those Niners, to be honest. Anybody we lose to at home.
Would you rather play the Lions, the Eagles, or the Bucks, though? In order, rank those 3 teams.
Obviously, the Bucks. You'd rather play the Bucks first, and then I'd rather play the Eagles than the Lions. Actually, no, that's not true. I'd rather play the Lions than the Eagles because if the Eagles do find a way to win this week, then they are kind of scary. But I don't think they get the job done.
And we saw what you did to the Lions already. The Eagles have a lot of tape on you guys. Divisional matchup, it'd just be a lot more heated. I think that's the last team you want to see.
Yeah, for sure. But again, I'm not scared to see them. I don't think the Cowboys should be scared to see anybody at home. They haven't lost a home game in 2 years. I mean, this team, they're the best team in the league at home. I really don't think that you can argue that right now. But I mean, I'm not really scared to see anyone, to be honest. I think that we're going to end up seeing the Lions. I think that actually, I guess we would see the Bucks, but I guess the best out or the most likely outcome.
With your predictions on today, you have Lions coming in.
Well, no, because I would have the Bucks winning, in which we would end up playing the Bucks because they're the 4 seed.
Aren't you the 2? You'd play the Lions.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'm being an idiot. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna. I think we're going to end up playing the Lions, which we already saw the Lions at home.
With no seeding upsets, you play the Lions.
Right. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing the Lions. It'd be the second time we see them at home, and we only beat them by 3 or by 2 points, whatever it was last time.
That was a fluke game.
But again, did you watch the game? Yeah, Cowboys should have won that. I mean, they were.
But Mackie, here's the thing: you have to beat the Packers. It's the playoffs, January.
Mackie, he was trying to talk you into that. He was trying to talk you into looking forward to next week, and then he just hits you with it. But you gotta beat the Packers.
You gotta stay focused on this week, Mackie.
Listen, I'm ready to be hurt. You know how I am.
He literally asks you, "What 3 teams do you want to see next week?" And then he
hits you with, "You gotta win this week." Yeah, I know we gotta fucking get the job done this week. Now
let's get into these mortal locks because I have a first time mortal lock that we haven't seen before. If you wouldn't mind me.
All right.
If you wouldn't mind me starting
it off. Let me see. Yeah, Kurt or Ace, go ahead. Let's start out with mortal locks. You can get it started out.
Yeah, I don't know the exact line. It's probably not going to be too great, but normally we go with a straight play. I'm going to go with the Bills money line and the Cowboys money line. You parlay those two, and I know it's still not great odds, but that's my immortal lock of the week. Give me $100. You put on that, you're getting your money back with some more in your pocket.
What was it? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Bills Cowboys money line.
Yeah.
Okay.
You probably get like minus
Mackie?
140 on that. I'm going to go with the Cowboys first half minus 4. Dak gets off to a great start. I think, if anything, this game just kind of gets away from them and they let the Packers back into it. But I think they come out strong. Dak has a strong first half showing, and they cover the first half by 4 points.
Yeah, I definitely like that as well. I might have 2 plays here. So my first one's going to be Najee Harris over 15.5 rushing attempts. I think they use him a lot. Like Mackie said, I said as well, you head ground game tomorrow. Obviously, you get the scare with using Jaylen Warren. Jaylen Warren likes to come in more in the passing downs. Najee likes to pick up those short yard carries. I wanted to take his rushing or his yards prop, but with the threat Warren coming in, I like the over 15.5 rushing attempts. And then my other play is going to be the under 44 in Eagles Bucks. I love both of those plays. Those are my 2 favorite plays this week. Under 44 in Tampa, Monday Night Football. And both of my plays are tomorrow. And Najee Harris over 15.5 rushing attempts. I like
I
it.
like
All right. Yeah. So has anyone got anything else? Anything in the chat? Let's see. More Joshy picks throwing 3 tomorrow. I like it. Yeah, I like that.
Joshy picks throwing 3. I
like
wouldn't
it.
be surprised, turn the ball over left and right. But he's the runner-up for MVP, isn't he?
Bills Steelers under, like that as well. 37.5 is what I'm looking at here. Yeah, definitely some good play, some good insight. Like I said, make sure you're staying tuned to the social media to get all the plays. We'll have everything out today, probably by 11:30. Mackie, you got anything else?
No, whoever Duck is, he's got to be a Yinzer.
It's Duck Hodges.
It's Doc Hodges.
Come on.
I should have known that.
Yeah, that's gonna do it. We'll see you guys on Thursday for the divisional round. Hopefully, my Steelers and Mackey's Cowboys are fighting for another week. Mackey's definitely got a better chance as a 7-point favorite, and I'm a 10-point underdog this week. But we'll see what we can do.
Let's go, Cowboys
divisional
football.
weekend next weekend. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Thanks for listening.
Make that cash.